It's a return to in-person school starting this week for the area's youngest learners. Students in kindergarten through second grade go back to in-person instruction in many local districts, including Anoka-Hennepin, Hopkins, Osseo, Robbinsdale, and Wayzata area schools. Students in third through fifth grade are supposed to return to in-person classes on February 1st. Middle and high school students will continue distance learning for the foreseeable future. In-person learning for elementary students is thought to be safer because the students are with the same children and teacher all day, unlike high school students who have contact with more students and educators. In Robbinsdale, police continue to investigate a case of a man found shot to death in a vehicle. The man was found early Friday afternoon slumped over in a vehicle in the 3700 block of Quail Avenue North. Robbinsdale police happened to be out doing routine parking enforcement following last week's snowfall. The identity of the man, who is in his 20s, has not yet been released, and as of Tuesday afternoon, no arrests had been made. Robbinsdale police say the incident does not appear to be random in nature. A new chief and public safety director, Eric Fadden, will soon take over the lead of the Plymouth Police and Fire Departments. I had a chance to speak with him about his new role. Since 2004, Eric Fadden has been a fixture with the Plymouth Police Department. He's been an officer, a sergeant, and most recently, deputy police chief.
And I've had a lot of great opportunities to do different things.
But his ties to Plymouth go well beyond his service with law enforcement.
I've been born and raised and lived in the Plymouth area my entire life. And the longer and more invested I became with the city of Plymouth, and now I'm raising a family here and have 2 kids that go to school here in the city of Plymouth.
Now, after 17 years with the department, the deputy chief is planting even deeper roots. In less than 2 weeks, Fadden will replace Plymouth's longtime public safety director and police chief, Mike Goldstein.
I'm very honored to have been given the opportunity to lead this department. I'm really excited. I know it's going to be a lot of work. Chief Goldstein has left big shoes to fill, but I'm extremely excited and ready to get to work.
It's work that involves trying to maintain a good relationship with residents following a summer of social unrest throughout the Twin Cities brought upon by the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police.
Every member of our department understands the importance of maintaining those relationships and being very transparent with the community. We always have been. We will always continue to find ways to connect and find ways to educate and find ways to listen and have those conversations.
One of Fadden's other big goals upon taking the job is ensuring that the police and firefighters he will oversee are able to get through the pandemic.
We set out this week with scheduling 12 people every half hour.
It's a process that began earlier this month when he helped coordinate a COVID-19 vaccine clinic for area first responders at Wayzata High School.
Number one on my priority list is to get through as best we can the pandemic, making sure that our police and firefighters and all our staff are mentally okay and healthy, and making sure that we're taking care of all of them so that they in turn can take care of everybody within the community.
Fadden will officially step into his new role on February 1st. Brooklyn Center families can have an impact on how playgrounds will look for the next 30 years. The city is replacing playground equipment in 4 of its parks this year. It's part of a normal scheduled maintenance. The city says playground equipment needs to be replaced every 25 to 30 years.
We want to provide an environment that's safe for families of all ages to come out and play and enjoy the great parks and playgrounds that Brooklyn Center has to offer. And so we're hoping that everybody can give a little bit of their input, and hoping that everyone's kids gets involved and make it a really fun and inclusive experience for everyone.
The city hopes to have design proposals up on the website the first week of February. Residents can vote on the designs. The playgrounds are scheduled for replacement by early summer. In New Hope, the city approved plans to rehab the oldest playground in the city. The playground at Corner Park on 47th Avenue North was last replaced in 1997. The city approved plans to begin work this spring on replacing the equipment and sand with engineered wood fiber. A new bench and sign will also be added. The cost will be $185,000, which will come out of the city's Park Infrastructure Fund. People who live nearby will get to have input on the new design. The new playground is expected to be ready for use this summer. A Brooklyn Center hotel worker is the latest to be named Hospitality Rockstar.
So we give this award every year to an exemplary frontline service employee.
Nate Grumish is the front desk supervisor at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Brooklyn Center. Minneapolis Northwest named him its 2020 Hospitality Rockstar of the Year.
He's great attitude, great personality, so it's a plus. It's a plus and plus and plus.
I like to show a good first impression, especially working in hospitality. I mean, you have to show the guests that you're here for them and that you care about them.
Nate was nominated by several other managers and coworkers at the hotel. He received a $500 Visa gift card for his good work.
After a season-opening loss, the Osseo boys hockey team lit up the scoreboard in their second game. Here's Jay Wilcox with the highlights.
Osseo looking to bounce back from a loss to Blaine as they played host to Coon Rapids in boys hockey. After Coon Rapids strikes first, Carson Strike shoots on the rush and Colin Garrity buries the rebound for Osseo as they get on the board to tie the game at 1-1 in the first. A couple of minutes later, off a face-off win, they get a shot on net, and Jack Pojar pops the rebound home to give Osseo a 2-1 lead after a pretty dominant period for Kevin Willey's team. Coon Rapids ties it early in the second, but it's all Osseo from there. Eli Palarenta scores on the breakaway for his first varsity goal, and it's 3-2 Orioles. Cade Westman finds Daniel Ellingson, and he's in alone to score on the backhander, and the Orioles go in front 4-2. The best of the bunch in a great second period, Pojar to Westman to Ellingson. 4 goals for Ellingson on the night as Osseo gets 5 in the second period on the way to a 10-3 win. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The Hopkins girls basketball team is without 2 familiar faces this winter, but they should still be one of the state's top teams. Jason Malillo has more on the Royals.
Tara Starks coached at Minneapolis North from 1999 through 2010 and then on the AAU circuit. This season will be her first as the head coach at Hopkins High School after Brian Cosgriff resigned last summer. Cosgriff guided the Royals for 21 seasons, winning 7 state titles. Big shoes to fill, but Starks didn't have any trepidation about taking on her new role.
I didn't. You know, I didn't necessarily want to come back to high school. I really enjoyed AAU, but when he retired, I felt like the girls wanted me here. Also felt like, you know, it was time to make a change. I've done a lot of winning in AAU, so I'm used to winning and playing at that high level. So knowing that that's the expectation and the culture here, I was comfortable with coming into this role.
The transition for Starks and her players will be pretty easy because Starks coached many of these girls in AAU.
Kind of a gel already. I've been knowing her for a couple years now, and I think she was like really the best fit after before Cos just coming here. Starks has been around longer than we have, so she really understands the culture, and it was a smooth transition.
Starks' daughter Titi also played at Hopkins, and Starks has a good relationship with Cosgriff, who she plans to lean on for advice from time to time.
Cos and I talked a lot. We shared basketball notes, we shared basketball ideas, and sitting here for the 5 years that my daughter was here, I learned a lot.
Hopkins will also be adjusting to life without Paige Beckers. Beckers is arguably the best player to ever come through the program and can't be replaced. But the Royals are still deep and talented.
I think Paige was a huge piece for us, but I think what made her good was she made us better. So she kind of prepared us for when she leaves. When she left, that we were able to just come back and be better.
With a Paige, it's hard to shine with a kid like that on your team. So now they realize she's gone, and they have something to prove. They have something that they want people to see, that I'm just as good. And we have a lot of solid kids, a lot of talent, a lot of kids with the ability to do a lot of different things. And I'm excited to get them on the floor and show everybody what they have.
The expectation for Hopkins is always to contend for a state championship. Under new coach Tara Starks, that expectation will not change. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
The Royals opened the season by crushing Eden Prairie 73-39. After facing Wayzata in a huge clash Tuesday, they'll face another tough challenge Friday at St. Michael Albertville. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.